Hey guys, we're super excited to be here at the LA Fit Expo. It's our third year in a row. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be launching the Tasty Pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. And we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, January 15th, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. People think I'm joking when I say this, but I'm a firm believer that you need to have one friend in your contact who has your back under any circumstances. I call this your hide-a-body friend. As in, you can call this person at 3 a.m. to hide a body and they just show up at your house with a shovel, no questions asked. And thankfully for Chris Bumstead, Ian Valliere seems like he's one of those hide-a-body kind of dudes. Earlier this week, Ian went on record in a Q&A to defend Chris's decision to stay in classic physique and why it made almost no sense for him to ever consider moving up to the open, which basically boiled down to the old Flex Lewis argument we had a few years ago. As a two-time champ, the best thing Chris could do for his career and his legacy is to keep adding titles and cementing his status as the GOAT of the division. And considering his age and how new the division is, there's still a chance we could be looking at a 7 or 8 year championship window, which means that he won't be going anywhere anytime soon. I'm reading a new book now called The Infinite Game, which presents a theory about there being no winners or losers. There's only ahead or behind, regardless of what game you're playing or what arena you operate in. So with that in mind, doesn't Seth Shaw look like he's doing everything in his power to stay ahead of the game right now? Once again, Seth has been a man on a mission throughout his entire offseason, and the net result has been him adding a ton of quality size where it matters. Every year since Seth has come back to the stage, he's brought new weapons in his arsenal, and his whole stay ahead of the game approach is a big part of that reason why. And sooner or later, I think this sort of attention to detail will be what ends up landing him in the winner's circle. Confucius said the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. And to tell you the truth, I'm not in the position to tell you what Keone Pearson thinks he can or can't do right now, but anyone who's watched him train lately probably has a good idea. I don't know who or what's gotten into Keone lately, but all of a sudden he looks like a man possessed when he's in the gym. We all saw what he did last year at the Chicago Pro when he admittedly wasn't in the greatest headspace. But now that it seems like he's locked in, I think the cans outnumber the can'ts by a pretty wide margin. If you're about to leave for the gym and you've got a sensitive ego, this isn't the segment for you. You might as well turn this off now and head out the door. And if you stay, don't adjust your screen. What you're seeing is real. Yes, that is a 22-year-old figure pro, Kiera Aston, knocking out 465 for reps in the deadlift. For those of you who don't know, Kiera made her pro debut last year at the Romania Muscle Fest, where she ended up placing 11th in a group of athletes that was a lot deeper than it looked on paper. I've been told by credible sources that she is planning to compete again at some point later in the year, and that she's making serious efforts to come in better from the back. And if this little snapshot is a microcosm of how she's trying to make that happen, she won't have a hard time making good on her promise. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.